Welcome to the Complete Maths online platform. On the homepage, you can see a summary of things you've been doing recently, some hints and tips, new resources that have been added, and details of upcoming events where you can grab your free tickets. The backbone of Complete Maths is our mastery curriculum, going from early number all the way through to calculus. Each unit in the system is made up of big ideas. These big ideas are arranged in a careful scaffold of small granular steps that lead to learning the big idea. If we dive into one of these granules, we can see the extensive support materials. Every granule has an overview and relevant metadata, prerequisites and dependents, showing you what mathematical ideas must be secure before teaching this new step, and where this idea will lead to in future maths. Relevant resources and materials. These can include worksheets, activities, hooks, videos and investigations. Example questions, which include typical, hard and probing questions. These can be used during the lesson as discussion points. Pedagogical notes. We've pulled together the best that is known about teaching this idea, linking relevant research papers where appropriate, so that you can truly be an evidence-informed practitioner. Misconceptions, allowing you to think about what might go wrong and plan for addressing this. Key learning points, which are like lesson objectives, and I can statements, which your pupils see in their system. And finally, the key vocab for this particular granule, helping the pupils to understand key mathematical language. So every granule is supported in this way, building up to the entire Complete Maths curriculum. That's 204 units with 320 big ideas and 1600 granules. Because you have at your fingertips the whole of maths, you can easily create schemes of work for classes and plan lessons. From your timetable, you can see your upcoming lessons, which you can then plan. Because the class has been assigned a scheme of work, you simply choose the appropriate mathematical idea from the scheme. The system is tracking what the pupils are learning and recommends what to teach them next. Once you've added a granule to your lesson, you have all of the usual support materials, prerequisites and dependents, resources, example questions, pedagogical notes, misconceptions, key learning points, I cans, and vocab. You now have some additional sections. You can add notes to your lesson. Notice how the summary starts to build up with a record of the elements you put into the lesson. You can add homework. Choose the date that the pupils can have access to the activity, and the date when they must hand it in. You can add notes to the assignment, and choose whether or not they'll be able to see the solution. When the lesson is underway, click the Teacher Assessment tab. As you talk with the pupils and look at their work, you can make your teacher judgment as to how well they're gripping the mathematical idea. Over time, this builds up into a profile of the pupil. When the pupils log in at home, they can also assess themselves. In addition to teacher judgment, you can add in regular, low-stakes quizzes. This is a key feature of teaching for mastery. Because Complete Maths tracks what the pupils are learning, you can simply ask the system to quiz the pupils on what they've been working on recently. The system goes back and finds those lessons. Now that you have the list of lessons the pupils attended, simply give the quiz a name and choose the duration. And the quiz is now added to your lesson summary. As the pupils complete their quizzes, you can see a real-time analysis. Pupils are awarded a Maths Age. You can change this metric, for example to GCSE grade or Nat 5. The performance on an individual quiz contributes to the overall markbook. Here we have a history of every quiz taken. Switching on the analytics, you can see information on how the class is performing against strands of mathematics, a summary of top performers and those who are struggling, and details of recent quizzes and tests. The analytics also include suggested areas for improvement. This is for you as a teacher. The suggested areas are those where your teaching may not yet have been as impactful on pupil outcomes as you would want. As a teacher, you can choose to think about how you taught these ideas and consider ways in which you could further develop your pedagogy. You can also see how the class is progressing against the scheme of work. You can choose to quickly change the scheme of work to revisit areas where pupils have not yet grasped the ideas. You can see progression against a scheme of work in your class view too. Here you can see the steps the class has been taking over a period of time and where the journey is heading. In addition to quizzes, you can also build tests. For example, diagnostic tests, GCSE papers, Nat 5s. Creating a GCSE paper is as easy as choosing the tier, the strands of mathematics and the duration of the paper. Simply give the paper a name, choose which classes should see the test, and then select the availability and due dates. GCSE papers in just a few seconds. The assessments page contains an overview of the tests and quizzes that have been assigned. Your time is valuable. That's why Complete Maths contains Insight. With just a click of a mouse, you can analyze the performance of any group of pupils. You can compare groups and see how performance is changing over time, making monitoring and tracking a breeze. Easily download results to use in reports for pupils, parents, or internal purposes. Insight makes it all so easy. When a pupil logs into Complete Maths, the simple timetable view shows the lessons they have coming up. They can explore the lessons you have planned for them. This allows them to see what the lesson will be about, view the criteria they are expected to meet, and dig into some example questions and solutions. If they've been assigned a prep or homework task, they can view the resource, upload their work, record their reflections and ask the teacher questions. Every piece of work that the pupil completes is recorded in their learning diary. Over time, all of their work, their ideas, reflections and thoughts are collated in the learning diary as a permanent record of their journey through learning mathematics. When pupils are given tasks to complete at home, these appear on the assignments page. Here the pupil can see what work is due for completion as well as a record of past assignments. As the pupils complete quizzes, results are collated in a RAG analysis, allowing them to quickly understand their performance. Pupils can inspect individual quizzes in more detail. At this stage, Complete Maths identifies priority revision topics. This allows a pupil to dig into a question and see what they got right and where they went wrong. If they're having a problem with a question, the system now serves up a set of similar questions. These include full worked solutions, which the pupils can read before trying their own question again. If they're still struggling, pupils can explore the Learn More page. On the Learn More page, the resources are much more detailed, with fuller explanations so that the pupil can independently learn about the topic. Where appropriate, a video is included with detailed teaching on the topic. By this stage, most pupils are able to return to the question they initially struggled with and have another go at it with the new knowledge and understanding they've acquired. If the pupil is still unsure, then perhaps the issue lies in the underpinning maths. They can navigate backwards through the prerequisites until they're on a firm foundation. Just like you, pupils have access to the whole of maths. They can explore any topic, from its beginnings to the highest level. For a pupil, a Complete Maths login is like having 13 years of full textbooks. They'll never need another resource. They can jump into units and lose themselves in a world of mathematics, anytime, anywhere. Also included in the pupil environment is the Times Tables app. A live record of performance is always shown, which encourages pupils to quiz themselves. The Times Tables app includes multiple representations for deeper learning. These include intersections, grid values, arrays, area, and of course calculations. Complete Mathematics is everything you need for planning, teaching, assessing and monitoring pupils of any age. Sign up today and join the UK's largest network of maths teachers.